A green data center initiative is really comprised of two different essential elements. One is running that workload efficiently. That could be a transaction that you're running, an e-commerce transaction. It could be a search query that you're running. It's trying to get that through as efficiently as possible for customers. That's one area that we're focused on, and generally chipset architecture continues to improve generation over generation. The other piece is green initiatives where you're trying to conserve energy, because that compute capability costs energy in order to run those queries. So we're looking at both of those initiatives, improving performance on the compute efficiency running a workload, and trying to conserve energy as much as possible, and trying to combine those with some of the programs that we have. There are several steps. I think the first to get started is really to measure what you have. You really can't put metrics and devise opportunities unless you measure your current state. So we generally tell customers to understand the current capacity that they're at, understand what their energy level is, monitor their environment for a period of time, and get started there to know your baseline. And then look to some professionals in this business. Some of them are in the infrastructure business. That's all they do. Look at solution providers in this space. Test them out. Run some queries with those professionals, and understand, the fit that you might have with the magnitude of solution providers that are out there. And then the last one is just set some goal. It could be a very short-term, iterative goal to a longer-term set of accomplishments, but start small, generate some goodness from an energy conservation perspective, take advantage of some of the tools that are out there, and I pretty much guarantee you'll be surprised at what's available at your fingertips today. Virtualization is a powerful tool. It is something that's been widely adopted, and it's helped in many environments to distribute the compute capabilities across the large set of hardware and try to maximize the efficiency of that hardware. Because essentially you're putting multiple workload capabilities on one set of hardware devices, and if that's underutilized, then you're underutilizing your asset. So virtualization, they thought, would cause a decrease in the amount of hardware that was required, but it actually is having the opposite effect because of initiatives like the Internet of Things, with the larger increase in volume of data that's been caused by social media. So that increase in virtualization technologies really allows for tools to come into place to really understand how they're being balanced. You can put a VM towards one side of your environment and not towards another, and forget about what it was generally there to do. And what some tools that are available from the infrastructure management providers can do, it allows you to see your VMs across your environment. It allows you to balance them and make sure that they're fully utilized. And then when you have this cloud environment that is continuing to process different workloads and new workloads, additional capabilities, additional devices that your staff might bring into the environment, the set of tools that the infrastructure providers have will give you additional measurement capabilities so that you can more clearly understand what's going through that environment, whether it's fully VM'd or not. Many owners of organizations want to continually build new data centers. It's like if you are even running a truck company, do you want to be more efficient with your existing fleet, or do you want to buy an additional 5 to 10 trucks? There's no clear indicator today that can give you that data in the data center environment. And there are tools that have been introduced more recently allow us to understand the most appropriate density within that existing data center environment, which essentially means that you could increase the amount of compute capacity in your existing building that's filled with racks and infrastructure. You can increase the amount of servers that are in that environment, basically by running some real-time tools, some real-time capabilities based on your specific workloads, not an industry example. It's your specific environment, how your workloads are running versus your peers or competition. and it evaluates them and gives you a more balanced approach. You don't have to even take the complete set of recommendations from customers. You can iterate one step after another to tweak up the efficiency to determine if that's a better path than ultimately making that big capital investment in a new building or a new data center. We have a number of use cases, a number of customers with white papers on Intel's website that point to the specific implementations that these companies have made with tools available in the industry, tools available from Intel, that show anywhere from a 20 to 40% reduction in energy use. It just depends on where their pain points might be. There could be a underutilization. In most environments, we see about a 10 to 15% underutilized assets. That's a very easy set of corrections to make. We also see overcooling that happens frequently, and that opportunity can save anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on the size of the data center. But there are some PUE statistics and benchmarks that allow you to kind of evaluate yourself against your peers. And then the Green Grid and other initiative organizations can also help with additional data points to evaluate your environment versus others.